Breadth indicator is working absolutely perfectly. So if there's one thing that we can take away from 2022 is we all now have this just incredibly awesome tool in our back pocket. Unfortunately, of course, it's not painting a very pretty picture right now, is it? And if anything, guys like Julian should be like, see, my bearishness was right on the mark, and you should have been paying attention to the breadth indicator. And had you were shorted everything in the market, you'd be skiing the slopes of Japan right now. What we're probably going to find is that risk on is looking a bit weak. And you can see stocks. Well, actually, here's stocks here. It looks like oil's teetering right now. Bitcoin, of course, came down and stopped me out of my recent long setup. And risk off, yeah, you can see everybody's rocking and rolling. Interestingly enough, the only one that's sort of not participating in that risk off rally appears to be the bonds, which is, and actually it's kind of interesting because in that article, I did see that the Japanese government bonds were actually coming off as well. And that was sort of the whole reason why the bond market's not cooperating here is that, now Japanese government bonds are starting to pay higher. So there's your gold, as Chris said. It took off like a rocket this morning. And if anything, it's kind of weird because I was duding up charts here, getting ready for the rest of the trading day. Once we're done this video with you guys, and you can see it over here. Bullish bots fired off a 1775, one higher low, higher low, higher low. That looks pretty well straightforward. Rallied up to 50%, and so move stop to scratch. Interesting how we never did get stopped out there. That's fascinating. This low here, 1777.80, and this low here, 1780 even. And then, of course, like I said, on that news that the Japanese think that the inflation problem over in Japan warrants them backing away from propping up the market. The gold market said that's news. That's music to me, and up we go. And we've kind of talked about this recently. One trade that I really like in the market right now is long gold, short crude oil. How do you actually put this trade on? Well, that's another conversation altogether. You remember, of course, that you could do it just buy like some GLD and short the USO. That's not a bad way of doing it. This spread here, this is just GC1 divided by CL1. I don't think you could really do that there, but I guess the point here is I think we originally looked at it over here. This looks like it's making higher highs and higher lows. Just looks like a very uppy looking chart. And I wouldn't be surprised if that trade continues, to be honest with you. Yeah, there. Okay, so there's your gold oil chart, and as I said, I've liked this trade for a while now, and it looks like it is continuing to work. Then the last thing that I'll just add to that is that, of course, gold itself, this seasonality trade is to buy your gold the middle of sort of maybe November, and look to sell it January, February. Of course, that's when crude oil usually bottoms, and that's when you want to go, seasonal trade, buy your unleaded in the middle of February, blah, blah, blah. So to see this working higher here, I don't think that should shock anybody. And, if you are in this trade, I wouldn't touch it. Just let it just keep working.